All right, welcome back to the New Leaps Academy Golf Tournament out here at beautiful Innisbrook. The handsome Lou Maggio joining me here.
Very handsome Lou Maggio. Come on, it's always like a competition between JP and I. Who's like,
I can't compete with you, bro. No way. Not that resume. No way. You do many things, but you're also the PR director at Heroes Mile. So
I do a lot of PR for Heroes Mile. It's just
why you're here.
That's why I'm here. I've been involved in Leaps Academy with this tournament for the last 3 or 4 years. No, before COVID, and they do an amazing job. But this year, Heroes Mile is sponsoring it. And Heroes Mile is such an amazing, not being a veteran,
right?
And getting involved with these guys is, you wouldn't even believe it. We do some testimonials, and I sit through these sessions. I'm thinking, God, how blessed are we to have these guys, defending our country,
right? First and foremost,
and what they've been through. I mean, you watch the news and you pick up the paper, and you never realize it till you hear these guys talking about it, and the work they do. It's not just a basic recovery type of a thing, because these guys go to a regular recovery center, they're not going to say a damn thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just don't trust some of the
people. They don't trust anybody that hasn't been through it. And I sat there and it just blows me away. And the work they do with it is just amazing, just totally amazing. But it makes so much sense for these guys to be giving back to what it's like what Leaps does for special needs.
Yeah.
Is what these guys do for veterans.
Yeah, well, it seems like this is the way it should always be, veterans helping veterans, but that's not necessarily what the VA does. And this program is very specific to veterans helping veterans.
Yeah, it is. And then I don't get into the political part of it, but but once they get to once they do get to Heroes Mile, I mean, it's just an amazing thing. And I've never seen anybody leave without being better. And I listen to these stories, and if it takes 30 days, fine, 90 days or 120 days, they keep them there.
Yeah.
It's not like a fast food type of a assembly
line. Get them in, get them out.
No, it's
click a box.
And it makes you very appreciative for what we have.
Tell me, you've been putting together a lot of the testimonials. So you've heard some of these heart-wrenching stories. Can you relate some of them?
Well, yes, it's the stories of the veterans and their wives.
Yeah.
The stories of what their families go through is just amazing, because these guys come back and they've seen things that you and I can't even see in a movie.
Yeah.
And the wives, and a lot of times the wives are the ones that put them into treatment, because the guys are so strong they don't want to admit. It's just so it's unbelievable. But we have a lot of, like I said, you had the general on early, and we have a senator you're going to talk to here in a minute.
Yeah.
And they can probably follow up, but the stories are just, they're lost for months and years. And one couple were married for 25 years. And she finally said, "You need help. You've been in and out of the fast food recovery centers, and you're fine for 60 days." But these guys
they relapse.
They relapse. They have triggers. But Heroes Mile has a success ratio. It's unbelievable because of veterans helping veterans.
Yeah.
Like I said, it makes me very proud, the work that I do with them. It's amazing.
And they're sponsoring New Leaps Academy, this golf tournament here today. Right. And New Leaps is a great story in and of itself. If you haven't seen the interview with their executive, Deb, and I just love the germination of the whole thing. She had an autistic grandchild that couldn't get help within the system, so they started their own school,
right?
And got the funding, and this golf tournament is a big part of their funding,
right?
And I just love the initiative of instead of bitching and moaning about it, they went out and did something, and now they're going to have 40 kids that they're helping and expanding.
It's just and the kids will tear your heart. You'll see it.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, but let me get some real heroes in here. Let me get the senator. You had the general. I get a senator, and
bring him on in. We won't even stop the broadcast here. Senator.
Yes, you got it. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let me get him in. Hold on, guys.
Stand by.
Senator, can we get you on in here? 1 second, please. Come on in.
Come on, jump on in. Live broadcast. How are you? Yeah, right here. JP Peterson. Wilton Simpson, how are you, Senator? Tell me a little bit about your background and why you're here with New Leaps Academy and Heroes Mile.
My background, I helped start a charter school 20 years ago now called Academy of the Farm. And the General Lennox invited me here today for New Leaps. Been in the legislature. We've done a lot of work with children with unique abilities. We're very proud to be associated with this fundraiser and hope it's very successful.
It's interesting when I was talking to Deb Natali, who's the executive director of New Leaps, and she went out and put this academy together and seeking state funding. How important is it for you to get funding to these? They're small centers, but they're gonna have 40 kids here, and that means the world to those families.
That's right. Well, this last 2 years ago, Florida expanded school choice by the largest of ever in the country.
Great program,
awesome program, and we started what was called the Family Empowerment Scholarship. And then and in addition to that, we really focus on children with unique abilities. So her school, I hope, is fully funded by children that's going through that Family Empowerment Scholarship.
Awesome.
And Florida is a destination for education-minded families.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, we're very proud of that, and we're very proud of this school to help these children.
It seems like the legislature led by Governor DeSantis is doing a lot of work for parents in school choice and helping them take control of the schools again. And this is part of it.
We did several family empowerment bills the last few years, and putting parents in charge of their children's education, putting parents in charge of whether their children wear a mask or not, putting parents in charge of what school they want to take their children to. So we believe in Florida, and we've legislated this way, so it's real. We put parents in charge. In the state of Florida, if you're a family that makes less than $100,000 a year, you can send your child to any school you want, private or otherwise. And we're very, very proud of that. And so we're putting parents in charge. And by putting them in charge, we wanted to make sure that kids were in school. We had lockdown states around this country that kept kids out of school for nearly 1.5 to 2 years. We were back in school August of 2020, 5 months after the pandemic really started. We were very proud of that. And a lot of parents chose to do online school. Mm-hmm. Good for them. A lot of parents chose to do homeschooling. Good for them. But we let parents make those decisions for their children in the state of Florida. And it's something that's been important to all of us. And by changing the scholarship the way we did, it's no longer a financial burden on families to send their kids to these schools of their choice.
That's awesome. Awesome. Great work. So in New Leaps Academy for autistic and special needs kids, if there are families out there that need the financial help, how do they get into these programs?
The school certainly should be able to point them in the right direction, but Step Up for Kids is an organization in Florida that's been doing this for many years, and it's called the Family Empowerment Scholarship.
Okay.
So anyone listening should go to that scholarship, take a look at it, and this would be of parents with unique children or regular children, in other words, non-unique. And so very proud of that. But Step Up for Kids has got a website. The Family Empowerment Scholarship, if that's pulled up, will certainly give a lot of information.
Have you had a chance to see some of the kids coming out of New Leaps or some of these different programs? And what is that? I mean, as a legislator, you deal with a lot of stuff, but I'm sure when you see what the work you're doing is actually really affecting families, that it's a joy for.
What's been amazing, and this is something I really focused on as my 2 years as president of the Senate the last 2 years, when you see these children with unique abilities have the opportunities when they're in the high school and coming out of high school to have careers and jobs because they're getting the attention they need their entire life. It gives them their entire life then is transformed. And I normally say it gives them an 80-year opportunity to succeed because life expectancy of 80. But the reality is, as long as they live, their lives will be transformed by these scholarships and by schools like this that is giving them these opportunities for the type of education they need to succeed. And it's something the legislature spent a lot of time on the last few years. Something was very important to me as a senator and Senate president. And we're very proud of the roads we've made. And as I visited these schools, Pepin Academies is another one in the area. Great family, great organization. We've went and seen these kids, and with the right training, about 70% of these children can end up with a very productive job and life, and so that's something that's very important to us, but it's very important to us because of the opportunities of these families.
Yeah.
And again, I'm very proud of the state of Florida and being the United States leader on this issue, and you've got a lot of states looking at how we did this. And so I think it's going to spread throughout the country, and it's something we're very proud of.
Well, the model's working. We can see it here today with some of these kids. So thank you very much for taking the leadership in this role. And for those families, it's absolutely critical.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I'll often say a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
you can't forget about these boats.
Yeah, it's a great point.
And so that's something we focused on. It's something we're very proud of.
I've seen it in action. It makes a big difference.
Yes,
Senator,
sir.
thank you so much for all the work you're doing. Appreciate it. Thank you for being out here today. All right, that'll conclude our broadcast here today for New Leaps Academy. Once again, if you want to help out, we've got the numbers up on our screen, and we'll also get it out on the social media as well. Thanks for joining us.